Here's an opinion that some parents are going to hate me saying, and they're going to really dislike me for it and disagree with me for, but I'm going to say it anyway because I feel so strongly about it. If your child's a bully, I blame you. I blame you. There's two types of bullies, right? There's the obvious bullies, the ones who just outright bully the kids. They start it, they instigate it all. And then there's the type of bullying where it's more like a child feels more peer pressured into it. So say, for example, say if I have a friend who is bullying another child, I might not be calling that child names myself, but I might be there giggling along. I might be laughing along with it. More out of fear of being bullied myself rather than actually finding it funny. It might be fear that I don't want to be bullied myself. Now that type of bullying, the more peer pressury kind of one, I don't blame the parents for. Because a lot of the time the parents don't even know that that is going on. But if your child is one of those bullies that instigates it, and I'm not talking about children who have behavioural issues, there are always certain exceptions. For example, there is a girl in my daughter's class who beats up everybody. This girl will hit anyone, she calls everyone in the class names, but that's a behavioural issue. And I don't count that, right? Because there's only so much a parent can do. And that's beyond the child's control. So again, I'm not talking about that kind of bullying. They were the type of people in high school who I knew that were just outright bullying. They didn't have behavioural issues. It wasn't the peer pressure kind. It was just they would start it because they were obviously angry within themselves and they took that anger out on everyone else. And I blame you, the parent. And a perfect example, I witnessed it firsthand. I witnessed children becoming bullies firsthand. My daughter was 6. Primary school days. She was in like year 1, year 2, I think. And there was this girl in her class who I will call Mia. Mia was biracial. Mia had a white mum and a black dad. Mum and the dad weren't together. Mia's mum was raising her alone. Now, Mia's mum didn't know how to do her daughter's hair. My daughter is also biracial. I'm not the best at doing my daughter's hair, but I know some stuff. Any hairstyle that I don't know how to do, I either get my friends to do it or I take her to a hairdresser to get it done. Mia's mum didn't always take that route. So Mia's hair, it was a mess. I'll just say it straight. Mia's hair, it needed doing and it was never done. And it didn't look great, I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure Mia once came to school with curly fries in her hair. Now, normally my daughter would be in breakfast club, but I wasn't working that day, so I took my daughter to the playground to stand outside the classroom. You'd stand in the playground, wait for the teacher to open up the classroom door, and then the kids would go into the classroom. Because we got there early, the classroom wasn't yet open, so it was just me and a couple of other parents standing in the playground. Mia comes in. My daughter is standing with 2 other kids. As soon as Mia walks in, these 2 kids started laughing at Mia. Mia didn't hear it. They were laughing, you know, there was a distance between them. They started laughing at her hair and saying how disgusting it looked. Oh, that's disgusting. These are 6-year-olds saying this. My daughter, my 6-year-old, started laughing and going, yeah, it's such a mess. Instantly, I turned to my daughter and I'm like, come here now. Right? Because she's not like directly next to me, but she's within hearing distance. And I just gave her that look. You know when you grit your teeth, you're like, come here. Come here. You like grit your teeth. I was like, come here now. So she comes over. I take her away from the other kids. Because I'm not, listen, I will tell my child off, but I'm not trying to embarrass her in front of her friends either. And I just gave her the chat. Obviously, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I gave her this chat basically saying, don't you ever laugh at another kid because of the way they look. Don't do it. Because it's not, even though her hair is a mess, is it her fault? Even if it was her fault, you have no right to laugh. I gave her this talk. I was getting, like, I stayed calm, but I was pissed. And my daughter could tell I was pissed and that I wasn't going to have it. Meanwhile, while that's going on, while I'm giving my daughter that talk, these 2 other girls are still laughing at Mia's hair. The parents start laughing along with the kids. Are you kidding me? Those kids, I would bet anything now that they're the same age as my daughter, now they're 10 or 11, I bet they're bullies. And I bet they're the type that bully in high school. And it's because their parents haven't taught them that it's wrong. It would have taken it 2 minutes. It took me 2 minutes just to say to my daughter, don't ever do that again. And as far as I'm aware, my daughter hasn't. 2 minutes it would have taken those parents. And no, instead the parents joined in. And to be honest, even if they didn't join in, if you're the type of parent that hears your child making fun of another child and you don't say anything, you might as well join in. That's the way I see it. You're just as bad for not saying anything. You might as well say something. If my child ever gets bullied, I'm coming for the parents. I'm not going through the school. I'm coming for the parent. I've said it in another previous video. Too many children are unaliving themselves because of bullying. There is no way your child will bully my child. And I blame you, so I will take it out on you. I'm not having it. Not having it. Moral of the story, don't bully my child. But seriously, if you're watching this, if you've got a young child, like a toddler, so it's too soon for all that, just bear that in mind. Just give them the talk about not making fun of other kids. I'm begging you. I do not want to have to fight other parents. I don't want to fight other parents, but I will if I have to. Because I'm not allowed to take it out on that child. I can't take out my anger on a 12-year-old, but I can on a grown-ass adult like you. And I really don't want to. Teach your children not to be bullying. Like I said, There's behavioural issues, which is a different matter. There's children who are being peer pressured, and a lot of the time the parents don't even realise their child's different. That's a different matter. But if your child is an outright bully, it's your fault. It's your fault, and I say that unapologetically. I'm not sorry for that opinion. Some parents won't like it, but I feel so strongly about it. I'm not sorry. It's your fault.